Woo, child, it's hot. It's December the 13th, 2019. And oh my God, it is hot in hot Atlanta, y'all. I don't know what degrees it is outside. It's raining, and I love rainy days. But oh my God, it is hot up in here. But anyway, what this is my 2019 rewind. And oh my God, I have to thank my daughter-in-law because she schedules videos on my channel. She works with me and helps me to produce this channel. And so I have to really, really thank her for all the work that she does for me throughout the year. And so she picked the video that she wanted to be my December rewind, my 2019 rewind. So this is my 2019 favorite video of 2019, the rewind. And first of all, I'm going to show you what's coming up in 2020. I have several videos that are coming out in 2020. And what I'm going to do in 2020 is I'm going to really try to give you a tutorial with every journal that I create. I'm going to try to bring you a tutorial with that video. Let me turn this fan off because maybe that'll help. But so here are a few of the items that are coming up in 2020, and after that I'm going to show you my 2019 rewind. And oh my God, I know I keep saying this is my last video, this is my last video, but hey, I make videos, so what can I say? Here we go again with another video. So here we go. Thank you so much for watching. Please do all that good stuff that you know YouTube wants done. So thank you. Much love.
Greetings, 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 my lovelies, and I am back with another video. And oh my God, you guys, today I'm bringing you another one of my little lapbook journals. I am loving these little lapbook journals, the little travel journals. They are so wonderful and so useful. At least that's what people who have purchased them have told me, but I just enjoy making them. And I love vintage, you guys know that, and I have this kit called Ebony Vintage, and I decided to use the Ebony Vintage kit in this little journal. I also created a kit called Queen of Cards, and that is with my Queen of Hearts, my Queen of Spades, my Queen of Clubs, and my Queen of Diamonds. And I put all those items together in this little junk journal, and I really enjoyed making it. I really love the way it turned out. It is so pretty, and I hope you guys like it as much as I enjoyed creating it. I hope you enjoy watching the video. I decided to add some highlights of how I made this one. Sometimes I like to let you guys know how I put these things together, and it's not really a tutorial or anything. It's just a show and tell of how I pulled this little book together. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to you the Queen of Cards Vintage Lapbook Journal. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching my channel and for supporting my channel. I appreciate you so much, and happy holidays.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that'll talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas once more.
Bells will be ringing the glad, glad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, I have no friend to wish me greeting once again. Choirs will be singing Silent Night, Christmas carols by candlelight. Please come on for Christmas. Please come on for Christmas. If not for Christmas, by New Year's night. Friends and relations send salutations, sure as the stars shine above. This is Christmas, yes, Christmas, my dear, the time of year to be with the one you love. Then won't you tell me you'll never more roam Christmas and New Year will find you home. There'll be no more sorrow, no grief and pain, 'cause I'll be happy, happy sorrow, no grief and pain, 'cause I'll be having Christmas once again.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Greetings, my lovelies, and I am back with another video. And today, oh my God, my lovelies, today I'm going to create a little lapbook journal because that is what I'm into these days. I love making these little lapbook journals and the folding ones. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share that process with you while I make this little lapbook journal. And the focus of this lapbook journal is going to be my ebony vintage papers, and I've created some more papers to go with those papers. And the centerpiece of this little lapbook journal is going to be my my queens of cards. I have the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Spades, the Queen of Clubs, and these are my artwork. And so these queens are going to be the centerpiece of this little junk journal, in particularly the Queen of Hearts. I really love the Queen of Hearts that I created, and I have used her in several different books, but this particular one I'm really going to use her a lot in this book. I'm also going to use my ebony vintage kit. I'm going to use the papers from that, and I've also created some more papers to go with that because I needed some filler papers, and so I created some filler papers that I'm going to be using in this beautiful little lapbook journal. And yeah, so I'm going to get started, and what I do first of all is I start out with the cardstock, and I put my cardstock together, and then I cover this cardstock about 2 or 3 times. I make it very thick and very sturdy, but yet it'll be very soft at the same time. So I'm going to get started and share making this little lapbook journal with you. And so by the time I finish it, it's going to fold up something like that. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, like I said, I like for my covers to be a little sturdy and a little thick. And so this is just the first layer. And what I do is I layer this 2 or 3 times before I actually put the cover on it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take some magazine paper, and I'm going to cover this with the magazine paper. And that's going to be like the first layer of this cover. And to start thickening it up. And once I cover it with the magazine paper, then I'll get started actually covering it with one of these beautiful little papers that I've created to cover it with. So yeah, here we go.
The illusion ceases, and you're awakened from your dream. Now the healing begins. With an all-knowing mind made in God's image, you can create as your creator God intended, with love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe. Separation ceases, and we all become one being, singing the one song.
I am the universe, the sun, the moon, and the sea. I am energy. That is what I believe. I can be contradiction. That is all I see. But I am the faith, and the universe is me. I am the one song. Oh, yes. That one song is free. All things come from this one song. The garden and the tree. Everything is present. What is will always be. This is the first and the last song, and all that come between. When language falls like a wounded soul,
now I got both sides covered with the magazine paper, and this is just the way I do it. This is a show and tell of how I do things. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. I'm just showing you the way I do things and what works for me. This is what works for me. And so yeah, but anyway, so I got a magazine paper on both sides, and this is what it's gonna look like, something like that. And so now I was gonna paint this magazine paper, but I don't think I'm gonna paint it this time. Sometimes I do paint it. I might paint the edges, that way I don't have to do so much dusting when I put the real paper on here. But yeah, so now I'm ready to start putting the cover paper on. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I am gonna paint the outside edges with some black acrylic, I think, and before I do that, so yeah.
Look up at the night sky. We are part of it. The universe itself exists within us.
Okay, my lovelies, so I went ahead and dusted this up with some black acrylic paint. Not necessarily did it need to, but every little bit strengthens the cover, so that just gave it a little more strength on the ends. And I'm an artist by nature, okay? I used to paint wall murals when I lived in Virginia. I used to paint offices and storefronts and restaurants and grocery stores. I painted the walls in the grocery stores, in the schoolhouse, everywhere. So I'm an artist by nature. So, and even right down to my glue, I paint or dress the glue, because this is just regular Elmer's glue, but I can't stand this. So when I'm working with it, I have to have one that's painted. So I usually keep one or two around that's already painted. And so yeah, these are ones I'm using right now, but that's neither here nor there. That's just to say that my method, you know, that's why there's such a madness to my method, because I'm an artist by nature, and I love creating these little lap books. I've been doing this, creating little lap books, for at least 4 or 5 years. I used to create the large kind. If you look through my videos, you'll see some videos of the lap books I've created. It used to be really big like this, and now I'm trying to get away from those really big ones and create smaller ones, more effective, more like a travel journal, a travel lap book. So that's what these little fold up ones are kind of like to me, because you can just fold them up and keep them in your purse or your bag, you know, your carry-on or whatever if you're traveling with it. And oh, they are so wonderful when you're traveling and you want to keep your cards and your tickets and whatnot, all kind of just write journal and put pictures on them and everything. So that's what this one is going to be when I finish it, and I'm so very excited about it, to do it in the ebony vintage style. I'm very excited about that. So yeah, but anyway, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide which one of these papers is going to go on the inside and which one is going to go on the outside. I haven't decided that yet. I'm just following the energy and trying to see which way the energy is leading me on that. So as soon as I figure that out, I'm going to cover the front and the back. So when I come back to you, I'll have the front and the back covered. So you'll see that. Or I'll actually show you me working on covering it. So I'm going to decide on which one of these to use. And then I'm going to start covering this beautiful little lap book journal. Yeah. So I went in and I reinforced the folds, the creases, with some of that black acrylic paint, because acrylic paint is like a sealer. So I wanted those creases to be a little bit stronger. So I went ahead and sealed those off. And I went ahead and I decided what paper I'm going to use. And on the inside, I decided to use the paper with the words on the inside. And on the outside, because I'm going to make the Queen of Hearts, the centerpiece of this little lap book, I decided to make the outside with these papers, and then I'm gonna give my dog time to get through howling or growling or whatever she doing. But y'all forgive her. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I'm going to put this on the cover like that. That's gonna be like on the outside. So I'm gonna get started putting this together, and yeah.
We are part of this universe. We are in this universe. The universe is in us. Yes, the universe is in us.
But I am leaving, and the universe is me. I am the one song. Yes, and that one song is for real. All things come from this one song. The garden and the tree. Everything is present. What is will always be. This is the first and the last song, and all that come between. When language falls.
Alright, thought that I start out with is 110-pound weight. The magazine paper is about a 20 weight. And this paper I'm using right here is about a 28. So it makes a pretty sturdy little junk journal to work with. I was debating on whether I wanted to cut this or not. And I decided to cut it. It's gonna go right around here. And again, this is just the way that I do things. You don't have to do it this way. If you find a better way that works for you, I say go for it, because to me that's what art is all about. Art is life, you know, and we all have different views on life. So we all have different views on art, but you know, diversity of art is a wonderful thing. So I'm all for that. Okay, so now I've got my inside cover pretty much done. And again, I'm a wet glue worker. Some people like to work with tape. I don't like tape. I mean, tape is okay. Sometimes I very rarely use tape. The only kind of tape you're gonna pretty much see me using is washi tape. I use a lot of washi tape in my journals, and I love the washi tape because it's so pretty. There are so many different varieties of the washi tape, and that's the only kind of tape I use. I never could get into the taping books, and that's neither here or there. That's just my preference. My preference is wet glue. I just love working with wet glue, and wet glue is very forgiving. You can always change things with the tape. Once you put the tape down, it's a done deal. But like I say, and then sometimes when I use tape, it would come up later. With the glue, I know once it dries, it's not coming up. But before it dries, it gives you a lot of forgiving time. It gives you a lot of time to get your act together before it dries. But once it dries, it's not going nowhere. So, yeah. I love it. But anyway, so I got the inside cover done. And I'm going to work on the outside cover. I'm going to work on the outside cover now and get it done. And once I get the outside cover going and done, I'll come back and let you see the finished result of the cover for this wonderful little lap book journal. Yep.
The tininess of us, the enormity of the universe.
The atoms that make up the human body are traceable to the crucible that cooked light elements into heavy elements. These stars went unstable in their later years and then exploded, scattering their enriched guts across the galaxy. Look up at the night sky. We are part of it. The universe itself. We are stardust. In the highest between the part of it. In the highest between the universe itself exists within us. Universe. We are in this universe. The universe is in us. Yes, the universe is in us.
The illusion ceases, and you awaken from your dream. Now the healing begins. With an all-knowing mind made in God's image, you can create as your creator, God intended. With love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe. Separation ceases, and we all become one being, singing the one song.
I am the universe, the sun, the moon, and the sea. I am energy, that is what I believe. I can be contradiction, that is all I see. But I am the earth, and the universe
atom in your body came from a star that exploded. You are all stardust. You are all stardust. From a star that exploded.
Look up at the night sky. We are part of it. The universe itself exists within us. We are stardust in the highest exalted way, called by the universe, reaching out to the universe. We are stardust in the highest exalted way, reaching out to the universe with these methods and tools of science. Called by the universe.
Stand in the middle and enjoy everything both ways. The tininess of us, the enormity of the universe.
The atoms that make up the human body are traceable to the crucible that cooked light elements into heavy elements. These stars went unstable in their later years and then exploded, scattering their enriched guts across the galaxy. Look up at the night sky. We are part of it.